60 Cycle Hum features a mix of products that were purchased or provided and content that is a mix of sponsored, paid, unpaid, and Patreon funded. Use your eyes, ears, and common sense to come to your own conclusions.
Hey everyone, I'm Ryan. You're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and saddle up! Because in this exciting episode of the Affordaboard series of videos, I'm taking you on an equestrian tone quest with horse pedals. That's the brand. Horse pedals. I have a strong suspicion that these are rebrands of the first pedals that I featured on the Affordaboard videos, the Kmise line. There's a lot that have the exact same name. I remember online them having the exact same style case, so I think it's a really good bet. We've seen a few rebrands of this line over the years since I first covered them. A few of these are really good. I remember the Phase sticking around on the Affordaboard for a long time. I think the US Dream was pretty decent. I remember the delays and the courses being fun as well. So I might be going back and forth through this video to figure out yay or nay. Are these pedals the same as these pedals? All right, let's get to unboxing so we can check out what's going on here. I need my blade. This one's labeled Crunch Distortion. It is at least a different color than the Kmise Crunch Distortion. The Kmise is blue. The horse pedal is red. Does that mean anything? I don't know. The Kmise pedals, let's find a red one, have kind of like a powder coated kind of thing going on. The horse pedals have a brushed anodized sort of thing. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse right now. I am getting over something. But the knobs are different, but these are just kind of slip-ons. Different pot hardware on here. So there are some hardware differences. The position of the LED is different as well, but come on. They're pretty much identical cases. Oh, you know what? The bottom plate on the horse pedal is a different design. So there are some slight differences here. That's interesting. I wonder if there will be sound differences. Sometimes just slight component changes can make things sound different. Oh, this is interesting. They have a couple new ones that weren't in the Kmise line. Or if they are, I haven't tried them yet. Here's a fuzz. The horse fuzz. Fuzz volume tone, a normal and a mid-cut switch. I'm excited about that. Got an ultimate drive here. Again, different LED and different metal finish versus the Kmise. These are all like 25 bucks on Amazon right now. US Dream. Here we go. Here's a new one. Classic Flanger. It's a 4-knob. I'm wondering if it'll be similar to the iSet 4-knob Flanger I have on the Affordaboard right now. Here's another new one that I didn't have in the Kmise line. A Dyna compressor. Sustain, level, and attack. Vintage Overdrive. Of course it's green. Of course a horse overdrive is going to be green, right? Tremolo. Pocket metal. That's a new one. Interesting that they kept the colors on some of them. Here's the vintage Phase. Similar color to the Kmise. Orangish color. But some of them have new colors. Or just different colors. Analog delay. Analog chorus. And lastly, classic chorus. There we go. This is going to be a long video. That's a lot of pedals. All right, I think I'm going to do them in groups. I think I'll focus on the dirt pedals first and then pick, a few of my favorites. We'll go through them and decide yay or nay if they're going to pass the test. And then I'll start shooting out the modulations and the delay and the compressor. . Of course, I got to check out that fuzz first, right? In Affordaboard tradition, I'm going to be playing an affordable guitar, this time the Harley Benton Fusion 2. I'm a big fan of this guitar. They're $350 before they're shipped from Thomann, which is a bit on the pricey side as far as affordable guitars go, but the specs are just fantastic. I love playing this thing. It honestly feels a lot like an Ibanez AZ. It's got a very, very baked maple neck, like almost burnt maple. It feels really soft and light and resonant. Locking tuner, satin finish on all the metal hardware. Really great sounding pickups. A Wilkinson bridge here. Coil split, coil cut, whatever you want to call it for the humbuckers, and it actually sounds really decent in single coil mode. You might have noticed that I have stickers on the fretboard. Someone was making fun of these fretboard stickers on the internet. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give them a shot. I'm going to see if I learn anything. And what I've learned is that music is kind of stupid. We're just playing the same 3 notes over and over again, guys. At least I am. Anyways, here's my clean tone. If I don't show you my clean tone, you know, I'm going to get kicked out. I'm going to get kicked out of the YouTube reunion. And as always, or usual, I'm playing through my 2 Princeton's rig right now. All right, let's get started. I'm going to jump into that fuzz. I want to know, I got to know what's going on with this fuzz. Giddy up, right? Is this fuzz going to be a yay or a nay? I'm running out of horse puns, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, that EQ sweep almost sounds like a rat. Like very filtered EQ sweep right off the bat. Very distortion-like. I don't even have the fuzz knob all the way up yet. But it is a fuzz. But yeah, it's got this filtered EQ sort of thing going on. Let's try the other side of the switch. That was mid-cut, here's normal. It does the heavy thing really, really well. What is that? What kind of fuzz is that? It's so heavy, but that EQ section is so filtered. I wonder what that would sound like if you could get in and just cut out that EQ filtering. Like zero EQ on this. It's totally like a cocked wah sort of sound, right? Maybe you like that. Maybe that's the sound you're chasing. But for me, that's going to be a nay. I like the drive character. I like the dirt character. It gets heavy. It's a thick, heavy, edge of distortion sounding fuzz. But yeah, that's a no from me. I don't think it's going to kick, anything off the Affordaboard. Oh, I forgot to count the votes for that Music Lily fuzz versus the Kuvave. I'll have to do that in another video. All right. The Horse Vintage Overdrive. I'm assuming this is a tube screamer. It's got to scream those tubes, right? Again, pretty nasal. And kind of doing what I hate the most about tube screamers is doing that kind of clean blended with a fizzy drive sort of sound. Like you can hear the lows have like a clean sound blended in, and then the highs and the high mids have this fizzy quality. I've never personally bonded with tube screamers because of that sound. All the tube screamers that I love are not making that specific tube screamer sound. Let's see how it compares to the Kmise. And I get that tube screamers are supposed to be like an aid to a tube amp, to your drive signal. It's supposed to interact with other things, and for those purposes, they can be really, really great. They can really push you through the mix because of that bright mid-hump that's in there. But the way I run amps, typically pretty clean, they're just not usually what I like. I think the Kmise sounds better. It just does. It's got a, it's got a more kind of full EQ thing sort of going on. It really is like a slight EQ difference. The Kmise is a little bit low mid friendly, and the Horse is like high mid nasal. Makes me wonder if all of these are going to have a bit of a nasal whine to them. All right, the US Dream, the United States Horse Dream. Who doesn't have a United States Horse Dream? I mean, come on. If you're not dreaming about American horses, are you even asleep? Are you sleeping at all? I don't think so. It sounds good, but it's kind of dancing between too bright and too muddy for me. All right, I'm going to compare it to the Kmise. Yeah, so far everything from the Horse line seems to have this bright, filtered sort of sound compared to the Kmise. What's going on there? I going to encounter that across the entire line? All right, crunch distortion. There we go. There's a sweet spot on there. It still feels a bit too bright to me, but it gets rid of the mud when you get to a certain position on the Let's try some lower gain stuff. Still, it's got that nasal quality. Let's see how it compares to the Kmise crunch distortion. Where is it? They are slightly different cases too. Very, very slightly different cases. Well, that sounds completely different. Yeah, that's a completely different circuit. Oh, I remember. This one's got the knob switched around. But this one has like a metal voicing to it. I think as far as crunch distortion goes, I like the horse better. The horse gets the yay, the Kmise gets the nay. I don't know why I find it so funny that this brand is called Horse Pedals. It kind of feels like a mistranslation, sort of import situation. I'm betting that in the country of origin, the people who are coming up with the names for these things, they read descriptions and, model names of various very well-known and famous American products, and they just get translated to horse, where they're probably, being translated from words like stallion or Mustang, stuff like that. There's words for horses that invoke like this romantic, powerful imagery, but just saying horse lands really flat, right? It seems silly and funny when English is your language, and there's that huge distinction between horse, here's a regular horse, and a stallion or a Mustang. I bet anything they intended to name these stallion or Mustang, but something got lost in translation. Now on to the ultimate drive and then the pocket metal. I might as well cue up the Kmise. This is probably an OCD clone. Sounds like it to me. I think I like that a lot better than the other drives so far. Much more balanced. I'm not detecting an immediate kind of like high nasal filtering thing. Let's replicate those settings on here. I don't know, I think the Kmise sounds just a tiny bit better. But it could be completely subjective. This is just a tiny bit more nasal focused. Completely subjective. You want a little bit brighter, more like high mid-focus sound. The horse might be your ticket. Okay, pocket metal. And then from here, we'll decide which drives are going to be yay or nay. Am I the only one laughing at that? And then we'll move on to the modulations and whatnot. This is a new one, so there's nothing to compare it against. It's got volume, distortion, and just a mid control. There's been a surprising amount of really fun metal distortions in the Affordaboard videos. This isn't one of them. It's just way too thin. It's got way too many angry bees. The mid control, the single mid control, is not enough. It needs to have a master tone and a mid control. Or a 3-band would be really, really nice. Got to dial back those highs, tame the lows, and then control the mids, because this thing's kind of all over the place. Maybe it's exactly what you want. Maybe it's simulating that HM2, turn it all the way up sort of thing. But it's not my flavor. Yeah, I'm going to say nay to that one. So let's pick, I touched my tips. Let's pick some drives to continue on with. I think the Ultimate Drive was the clear winner as far as Overdrive Distortion goes. And then I'm going to give the Fuzz another chance as we go through the modulations and whatnot. Let's start off with the Compressor. We'll run that before the Ultimate Drive. I don't have a compressor from Kmise to compare against, so who knows? All right. Horse Dyna Compressor. Is it going to sound like every Affordaboard compressor ever? Just a hard shelved, like Dynacomp style thing. I mean, it says Dyna Compressor on there. That's actually not too bad. I think the fact that it's 3-knob helps it out quite a bit, having an attack control. Still quite a bit of a nasal quality there. Across this entire line, there's some sort of EQ filtering going on with each pedal. Can do that hard, clicky compressor thing. A bit of dirt there, too. There it is. That's what I usually expect. Pressed overdrive, though. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm going to have to do a compressor shootout to see how that holds up. Oh yeah, I meant to stack it into the Ultimate Drive. They should have called this thing the Oats, because you use oats to thicken up your horses. The Dyna compressor here will thicken up your horses. That's the joke. Oats make your horse fat. This will make your horse pedal sound fat. But yeah, that's actually not too bad. I think I'll put that in the signal chain here. I think the extra control is winning me over. I like compressors that have a clean blend, and this doesn't have a clean blend, but that extra control of the attack, I think, gets me somewhere near there. Oh yeah, the fuzz too. Fuzz before compressor because buffers. Traditionally, that's a good idea. Classic Flanger. Another one where there's not a Kmise to compare it to. Now if a flanger sounds overly nasal and thin, that's just what it's supposed to do, right? See how it sounds before the ultimate drive, because that's how I run the iSet Flanger on the Affordaboard. But it's promising. Right out of the gate, it's promising. I think I'm going to have to compare it to the iSet that is on the Affordaboard and has been there for a while. The iSet is also a 4-knobber, and it's got a lot of variation, a lot of stuff you can do with it. I'm going to just go ahead and throw the analog delay in here. But I'm a little bit cautious about how touchy the speed knob is. It gets really, really fast, and then there's like this ledge in there where it kind of jumps really quickly. So if you're trying to fine tune in that range, it's going to be frustrating. Yeah, there's a lot of play in that tiny little nudge across the speed knob. Yeah, I like that sound. Like it's flanging, it's in there, but it's not over the top, cartoony. I like flangers before distortions and overdrives. All right, might as well do it. Whoa, because I put it on here, the analog delay, everything's turned up. Instant, very loud feedback. That's what I like, a cheap delay that I can make spaceship noises with. That's something I'm always trying to chase down. Again, this sounds much more nasal and bright than I'd expect out of an analog delay. I think this entire line has some sort of filtering that's just dropped into every single pedal that gives it this high, mid, nasal sort of characteristic. Yeah! I like what that analog delay is doing. I know I'm playing a lot of high gain noodly stuff here. I think in this case, the kind of bright, nasal, mid-focused thing that's going on with all these pedals is working to its advantage. It's kind of like carbon copy bright versus regular carbon copy, where you're getting this really bright kind of delay signal that could work in a fun way. Let's see how it compares to the Kmise. This video is going to be extra long just because I'm doing all this comparison. That's not bad though. It's a good thing. I swear this video will end someday. I've just got to rein it in a little bit. Were you missing horse puns? That was a horse pun. Gotta grab the reins and make this video conclude somehow. Gotta grab the reins and get control of this video. don't think that's fun, you're wrong. I think those are so close that there's no reason to say one is better or worse than the other. All right, choruses now. Let's get into some choruses. Chorus and flanger and delay are all close cousins. They're all time-based effects that do different things to achieve various sounds. Chorus is a vibrato that's mixed with your clean signal. I vaguely remember liking the Kmise classic chorus better than the Kmise analog chorus, and I think it really was just because it has a fist on it. The horse classic chorus does not have a fist, but it would be nice if it had a hoof. Nice little hoof on there. Maybe a horseshoe. So the analog chorus goes deeper into a vibrato sound. Ooh, it gets dirty too. Not totally sure what that's all about. There's no drive on anything. I think it's an input impedance thing. I switched to single coil and it cleaned it up. A chorus with a fuzz built in. The classic chorus doesn't do that. There might just be some quality control going on with this specific one, or they might all do that, but the classic chorus just won. It just did. I think the sound and the extra vibrato from the analog chorus was interesting, but that dirt sound, nay. Strong nay on that one. All right, we're left with the vintage phase and the tremolo. Let's see if I can get them all in here. It's starting to get hot in this garage. Can you see the sweat building up on me? I'm getting really misty. All right, vintage phase. Do you hear that? I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that that's in there. Does the Kmise do that? No, the Kmise is not doing that. I think the Kmise is better. I definitely prefer it anyways. I mean, it's all very subjective, but this thing making that noise while it's just sitting there is pretty annoying, unless you're looking for a sound effect. I just like the range of the Kmise better. All right, now the Tremolo. That's always the problem with Affordaboard tremolos. They never have a volume control, and they usually sit at or below unity, which makes it hard to incorporate them into a set because you lose volume when you turn them on. There's a loss of volume there for sure. Compressor after fuzz? What do you guys think? Nah, that fuzz needs to breathe. So pretty much the only thing I'm curious about here versus the Affordaboard is that flanger. So let's clear the deck. Put these horses in the stable. If I'm making too many horse puns, just say whoa, okay? Really interesting to me that these appear to be straight rebrands of those Kmises, which also seem to be rebrands of Joyo circuits. And a lot of them don't hold up. There is that high, mid, nasal thing going on across the vast majority of the line, really. Uh-oh. I drained the battery on the Affordaboard. I'm going to have to pull the iSet off. Have we reached a situation where clones of clones are no longer holding up? At this point, these are clones of clones of clones. Oh yeah, this one has 3 knobs. Wait, what am I doing? I have the wrong one in here because they're the same color. I forgot the iSet has 3 knobs and a switch. Let's go back to the crunch distortion just for fun. Clones of cheap clones of cheap pedals. I think the DNA is starting to fall apart a little bit, guys. It's a multiplicity situation. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. They're both doing the thing, but a slightly different flavor of the thing. See, that sound I really like, and I don't think the horse is going to do that. Nope, that's the tiebreaker. For that alone, it does that shimmery, bubbly sort of sound. Nah, the iSet wins it. Sorry, horse pedals. I think the vast majority of you need to go out to pasture. Maybe even the glue factory. Is that a sensitive subject for horse lovers? Am I upsetting horse people right now? But what are our winners? I thought the Ultimate Drive was decent. I think the Flanger's fine. I just prefer the iSet, so it's not going to kick that off the Affordaboard. The analog delay was just fine. A little bit brighter, more nasal than you would expect from an analog delay, but I think that could be a feature. The fuzz is interesting. Really interesting EQ characteristic there. I can't tell people not to get it if they like that sound. If you're hearing something that you like in that, I can't tell you not to get it. It's not my preferred sort of sound from a fuzz. So that's not kicking the Kuvave or the Music Lily off the Affordaboard just yet. But it's kind of adjacent to a decent horse pedal. The classic chorus was just fine. The Dyna compressor was actually a bit surprising in that, you know, that extra knob lets you dial it in. So this is the group that I think I can recommend out of the horse pedals. The group I can't recommend, the big nays, pocket metal. What's even going on there? Vintage Overdrive, I didn't like it. Really bright and nasal. Analog chorus got dirty in a bad way. Weird clipping. Weird input impedance. Tremolo fails for the same reason a lot of Affordaboard tremolos do. You lose signal. You know, it's not above unity. I want a tremolo to be slightly above unity by like 1.5 decibels or something like that. Crunch distortion was actually fairly okay. Like, I could put that in the winners pile if I really wanted to. I thought it was much better than the Kmise crunch distortion. So, totally different circuit and sound there. Not sure what's up, but I'll put that in the winners pile. I'm losing my ability to talk. Too much horsing around. Now I can't talk straight. The US Dream was kind of fine, but in that range that it was like, they're kind of too nasal. Vintage Phase, I didn't like, you know, the waveform of it. I didn't like the EQ range of it. I much prefer the Kmise. So there you go. These are ones that I think are fine. Subjectively, these are ones where I think pretty close to objectively, you could skip them. And then 3, the US Dream, the Vintage Phase, and the Horse, they're kind of just not my flavor. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Which ones did you prefer? What did you think of all the horse puns? Do you have more horse puns that you can drop in the comment section? Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me a really nasty comment. Some people really like hanging out and watching the premieres and chatting. If you're one of those people, you want to get in on that, you got to click the bell and set it to all after you subscribe. I really love hanging out and chatting in the chat when we do a premiere. That's like my form of payment, my personal social entertainment for doing these. Otherwise, click all the links. If you are going to buy any of these, I will have an affiliate link down below. I'll also have an affiliate link for the Harley Benton here, and I'll put a link for those stickers too. I need to do a video just on those. But otherwise, stay grounded. Bye, everybody.